memories to my heart's life. You hold prison bed, shirts on my trail. If you catch up with me, spend my life in jail. Borrow from the devil, baby, borrow from friends. Devil give you 50, but friend will give you 10. That's all for take my time, friend, the devil is friend of mine. I can hold the 4 days night, just like the sun.
Sorry for those of you watching the live video. You get to listen to me sing, which usually isn't very pleasant. I don't sing well. Sorry about that. One talent I didn't get from my family. Everybody in my family can sing. My mother can sing. All my cousins, most of them, can sing, play instruments. Not me. No luck there. For those viewing, the question and answer thing is up. If you want a question, ask me a question, please feel free to post it on the YouTube video. I'll get to them throughout the show. So post them up, hang out. Glad to have the viewers that are viewing now. Share it with your friends. It's the live video stream of the Thunder Walrus Radio Show from Medieval Custom Cycle Studios in Street, Maryland. That's our buddy Joe Cat with the theme song in the background. We'll go live on the air here momentarily. We're live with you constantly. No music breaks for you folks. You do get to hear the music in the background, and if I have to vacate the screen, get a drink of water, use the little boys' room. Very thankful for all of our sponsors, especially Medieval Custom Cycles. Rick Stevenson, he always keeps the Walrus wheels running. Man, okay, I thought I was having hiccups there with the stream. Joe Cat started to stutter. But Medieval Custom Cycles always keeping the Walrus wheels up and running. He gives my bikes the therapy they need, so when I need therapy, they're able to give it to me. Give them a call at 410-457-5500 for all your two-wheel therapy needs. All right, we're getting ready to roll here. It's Wednesday morning. We're going to get you over the hump, everybody. Good morning, Walrus Nation. You're listening to the Thunder Walrus Radio Show and watching the live video stream from Medieval Custom Cycles in Street, Maryland. We appreciate Medieval Custom Cycles for all they do to support the Walrus Radio Network and the Thunder Walrus Radio Show. For those of you listening, watching, or doing both, good Wednesday morning to you. We're going to get you over the hump with the best damn entertainment and a lot of fun for about the next 60 to 90 minutes. When we run out of entertainment, we'll end the show. But until then, we'll run wide open. And we've got the Mega Millions numbers for you from last night. Also got the Walrus Wonders question of the day up. Go by my Tim Yarsh Facebook page and post up your answer to the Walrus Wonders question of the day. At what point in our lives are we programmed to need approval from others? When do they is that naturally, is that a genetic thing made up in our DNA, or is it something that's taught to us? I think it's taught to us, and I want to know when they start planting that in our head that we need the approval of others for our own self-worth. I figured out somewhere along the lines that was crap, and I stopped giving a damn. I like that song, My Give a Damn is Busted, but that little hillbilly girl, my daughter likes her so much. I can't remember her name, but she's a country singer. She's full of one of those girls that's full of piss and vinegar, and she sings that song, My Give a Damn is Busted. Well, I just took mine out and threw it away. I figured it was like salt mashes hams. That extra S, it stands for salt. We threw that away. Well, that's how I treated my give a damn. I threw it out, never to be replaced. I want to know when they program that in our head. Let's hear what your answers to the Walrus Wonders question of the day is, Walrus Nation. I've got your Mega Millions numbers from last night. Get your tickets out. Get a pen and paper ready, because here they come. 1, 8, 54, 69, 72, and your Mega Ball was 1. Again, your Mega Millions numbers for Tuesday, September the 2nd, 2014, 1, 8, 54, 69, 72, and your Mega Ball was 1. Go by and post up your answer to the Walrus Wonders question of the day. I'll try to remember to share those with you later on in the day. Don't forget, next week, Ocean City Bike Week kicks off on September 11th. I'll be your host, MC, and DJ for opening night at the Poorhouse, opening night of Delmarva Bike Week. We'll be doing it the only way we know how. That's Strip Club Chopper style right there on the corner of Baltimore and Wycomico Streets in Ocean City, Maryland. Yours truly, Mr. Johnny Lang, Miss SEC, Big Country from Strip Club Chopper Southeast, and the entire crew will be joining us there at the Poorhouse. We'll be having a ball. You will not be sorry. It's always a good time at the Poorhouse. Mike and Danelle Amos and the crew there always take very good care of us. Hopefully we'll see our buddy Styler. He may jump up on stage and help me out with the music. Excuse me. And we'll just kick off Bike Week in true, rare form and fashion. We won't do it, though, without having a moment of silence to recognize those who lost their lives that fateful day on September 11th, 2001, in the Twin Towers there in New York City, that field in western Pennsylvania, and at the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. We'll have a moment of silence. We'll recognize and remember all of those lives lost and all of those lives still carrying on in their absence, and then we'll party the night away. They're at the Poorhouse starting at 9 p.m. I think they shut down at 2 o'clock. Last time I ran a little long, got in a little trouble. We'll try to shut it down on time this time, but I ain't making no promises. So come by and hang out with us. I'll be back with the best damn entertainment. We've got, think about your criminal partner before you break off into some illegal endeavors trying to extract products and goods from a warehouse. Your partner is what will make or break that little endeavor. And sometimes people make bad decisions on their criminal partner. Wait till you hear who this lady's partner was. All that more when we come back. This is my buddies Silver Tongue. My favorite song of theirs, The Pawn. This is the Getting Over the Hump Wednesday edition of the Thunder Walrus Show. right here on the Walrus Radio Network, and you're watching the live video stream on YouTube from the Medieval Custom Cycle Studios in Street, Maryland. Good morning, everybody. For those of you watching on the live video, the question and answer is open. If you've got any questions or would like to ask a question, please feel free to do so. We love to have interaction and communication with you. If not, enjoy the poem. We'll be back here in just a minute with the live radio show to catch up on my social media outlets here. Am I literate? Yes, I am literate, John Smith. Don't understand that question necessarily, but that's okay. I am literate. Yes, sir, I am. Thank you for your question. It's been debatable. Did I get those tattoos from my bar whore boyfriend? No, actually I got them from your bar whore boyfriend, brother. He said he knew you very well. He identified you by the top of your head. Good morning, Walrus Nation. You're listening to the Thunder Walrus Show, watching the live video stream from Medieval Custom Cycles in Street, Maryland. We appreciate each and every one of you, and I don't know what John Smith's interest in trying to pick a fight this morning is, or just asking silly questions. Nothing wrong with silly questions. It makes for great entertainment. Hanging out here with us today, picking a partner when willing to commit a crime. First, you got to find somebody that's willing to commit a crime. Yeah, somebody with a 10-second memory, that works. 10-second Tom from 51st Dates. You remember him? Yeah, hi, my name's Tom. Hi, my name's Tom. I don't remember a thing. Well,
5-second Robert, 10-second memory.
That's right. A Pennsylvania woman suspected of robbing a Walmart is also accused of doing something a little more heinous. You never leave your partner, but when your partner's a 1-year-old kid and dragging you down, maybe you should dump them. Yes, that's right. The problem was the 1-year-old was her niece. Sujana M. Tansmore, 48, was arrested Thursday in Rostraver Township after a store surveillance video caught her allegedly attempting to exit the store with $86.58 worth of laundry detergent and Miracle Whip. It was all in a grocery cart, according to the Pittsburgh Tribune Review. When the store's loss prevention officer approached Tansmore, she tried to undo the safety strap that held her niece in the cart. Rostraver Township Police Chief Craig Restar told WTAE-TV that's when the struggle over the baby in the car seat began. The straps weren't released properly, and it sort of tipped the cart. The baby was still restrained in the seat. She's trying to undo this, get the seat out of the cart, I believe, and the cart is dragging behind it. She's got Miracle Whip and laundry detergent in it, trying to dislodge the baby from the mechanism. Video obtained showed this, and then finally she just bails on the kid. The suspect allegedly fled the scene, leaving the toddler behind. Tansmore was arrested a short time later near her home in Monsenson, Pennsylvania. She was charged with retail theft, recklessly endangering another person, use, possession of drug paraphernalia, and endangering the welfare of children. She was placed in the Westmoreland County Prison in Hempfield Township after failing to post $10,000 bond. She will have a preliminary hearing on September the 9th. The child eventually was released at the store to the custody of its mother, according to the police. She is quite a case, man. Quite a case. Why would you, a 1-year-old, why would you take a 1-year-old with you? You think that's a good cover? And then the fact that you left the kid and the goods behind, you didn't even get away with anything, including the child you showed up with. A better question is, the mother of that child, is it her sister? And if you don't know your sister well enough, and you leave your child with her, you may need to do a little more in-depth research as to your family and what kind of endeavors they're in. They've taken your 1-year-old child on a Walmart shoplifting spree. Not necessarily the kind of people you want watching your children. Although, you know, if she was watching the child while committing robbery at Walmart because, you know, mom was turning tricks on a street corner, well, you know, I guess that is the less of two evils. I guess you got to keep that in mind, or considering that when taking these endeavors into consideration. I guess Walmart robbery is better than hanging out while mom's turning tricks. Pick better criminal partners, for God's sakes. Good morning, Walrus Nation. We're helping you get over the hump of Wednesday when you need to. Get your wiggle on. The wiggle is your tool to shake the negativity out of your life so that you can get a good, clear view of the positive things in your life. Mr. John Smith is apparently the kind of guy that needs to get his wiggle on. First, he was asking me about my bar whore boyfriend and my tattoos, and then he is asking me if I have eaten my own excrement. No, sir. Never had the desire and or opportunity to do that. If you have, congratulations, I guess. I wouldn't do it too often. It's kind of stuff that gets you landed in a mental institution, brother. That don't go well with most folks. You start eating your own excrement, then usually you don't get invited to too many parties, sunshine. So if your social calendar is slightly slim for the fall, try stop eating your own excrement, and then maybe you will get invited, because eating your own excrement leads to a case of a situation called Zachley, and it's where your breath smells exactly like your ass, and that's why friends don't want you around. Keep that in mind. A little help from the Thunder Walrus there, but maybe your social calendar will pick up a little bit. I've got some Left Stronger coming up for you with So Close. This is the Getting Yourself Over the Hump Wednesday edition of the Thunder Walrus Show, and you're watching the live video stream from Medieval Custom Cycle Studios in Street, Maryland. Good morning, Walrus Nation. No, it is not. It used to be about the middle of my back, Mr. Smith, but it was never that long to answer your question without advertising it. With you, dude. Did you forget to take your medicine this morning, Mr. Smith? You're just one of them kind of people. You're not the first one that's tried to derail me, distract me. It happens occasionally, but that's all right. It don't bother me. It don't bother me. But no, I usually like to use Windex, very soft cloth, preferably microfiber. Something without ammonia in it so it doesn't affect the glasses themselves. You have a deep infatuation with human excrement, Mr. Smith. That's mildly disturbing. Makes for decent entertainment, but you usually are the kind of people I attract, and I'm used to it. Good morning, Walrus Nation. You're listening to the Thunder Walrus Show and watching a live video stream from Medieval Custom Cycle Studios in Street, Maryland. We appreciate you joining us this morning. Although this morning may be one of those ones I wish I hadn't listened today. Because talking about stuff that creeps normal people out, this was the kind of thing that would probably send Mr. Howie Mandel over the deep end. I mean, it would just push him right off into insanity. It is kind of creepy. You may think your morning shower did its job, but odds are a bunch of microscopic mites are crawling on your face and living in your pores at this very moment. In fact, new research suggests that a specific genus of these tiny parasitic creatures called Demodex are way more common on the faces of human adults than previously thought. There's a video to see one of the little critters in action. You can just search Demodex, D-E-M-O-D-E-X. The surprise is that these mites seem to be on nearly all or even all adults, even though they are rare or maybe even entirely absent on younger people. Study co-author Dr. Rob Dunn, a biologist at North Carolina State University, told the Huffington Post in an email, how do the mites make their way onto the faces to begin with? Dunn said the answer to that question remains a fundamental mystery. For their study, the researchers scraped a metal spatula along the nose and cheeks of 253 men and women to collect samples of their faces' microscopic ecosystem. Then the researchers extracted DNA from the sebum, the oily substance produced by the subcocus glands of another group of 19 adults. So they were mixing, they're mixing up all these damn bodily fluids and chemicals. What did the researchers find? Mites were visible in only 14% of the scraped skin samples, but DNA from the mites were spotted in all of the 19 adults. The mites were only visible in 14, but the DNA of the mites were found in the people's skin that didn't have mites. They still had the DNA of the mite in their skin and in their pores. The finding certainly shows that mites are even more ubiquitous than scientists thought, and I don't even know what ubiquitous means, but I'm assuming they said popular or common would be what I would derive from the context of that sentence. But that's just the beginning. The research can help us tell a compelling story of our own human history. Study co-author Megan Thomes, a graduate student in biology at North Carolina State University, told the Huffington Post. The genetic diversity and structure we are seeing in the Demodex mites can help us to better understand how human population have radiated around the world. The study was published online in the journal PLOS One, PLOS One, on August 27th. So what does that say is that we, as older adults, begin to slough off more dead skin cells, and now we attract mites than younger adults who aren't necessarily sloughing off as many dead. And what does that do for people that have numerous plastic surgeries where their skin hardly isn't even real anymore? They don't really even have pores for these mites to live in. So, do you find them? Let's do the study on people that's had a high number of plastic surgeries. And speaking of which, I haven't heard many updates about Joan Rivers. I know she's been in a hospital in New York after suffering cardiac and respiratory arrest during a throat procedure late last week. Best wishes to her, and I'll do some research to see if there's any updates on Joan Rivers, but I know her daughter Melissa has been posting updates. But people like Joan, who have had Michael Jackson, people like that, anybody that's had Kenny Rogers, Anybody that's had a lot of plastic surgery, do they have those mites? And ooh, now every time you feel like your skin is crawling, it probably is. Think about that. Yuck. I've got a little chain denial with two faces coming up for you. You're listening to the Thunder Walrus Show and watching the live video stream from Medieval Custom Cycles here in Street, Maryland. Good morning, Walrus Nation. Good morning, Walrus Nation. You're listening to the Thunder Walrus Show and watching the live video stream from Medieval Custom Cycle Studios in Street, Maryland. We're helping you get over the hump today It's Wednesday already. The week started on Tuesday for us. Remember that. We've only got 2 more short days. We'll be sliding right into the weekend after today. Got some storms moved through last night. You ever been out and just counted your blessings? Well, last night was one of those nights. We had a dear friend, our washer crapped out on us, and we had a dear friend who's hooking us up with one. And I was on the motorcycle yesterday, and as I am again today, calling for, chance of thunder showers. You always take a chance. Well, I see the storm clouds starting to brew up, and I thought, well, it looks like they're going to stay away from me. So I made my way over to where the washer was to help load it. And when I get there, the storm clouds really start to thicken up, darken up fast. And Beth and Don said, look, let's get this thing loaded, dude, and then you get on your sled and get out of here. We'll bring it over after the storm rolls through. So we throw it up in the truck. Don says, I can strap it from here, man. I jump on my sled, and the whole time Mother Nature is nipping at my heels. All the way from Beth and Don's place back home, I come easing in the house, sliding in the garage sideways. No sooner than I got my lid off and got in the house and said, man, I think I just about beat lightning struck and the heavens open. And I was about to finish saying beat the storm home. And counting my blessings yesterday, I was able to got home before I had to get wet. I mean, I was wet when I was born, and that didn't kill me. But if I can avoid getting wet and rained on, yeah, I'd like to try to anyway. But got home, hope anyone else got caught in the rain. Hope everybody's safe and sound and didn't lose power. I know there was some pretty severe lightning strikes, and they were calling for a lot of severe wind and lightning. So hopefully everybody's got power and able to tune in and listen this morning. If not, well, remember the podcasts are always available for your listening pleasure. You can check them out. Just go to thunderwalrus.com, click the listen live link. It'll take you to the radio page, and whatever's live will be there. If nothing's live, just hit episodes and check out the latest podcasts that have been put up. We've got some shows coming up for you. Our friend Vince, that we met at Nothing Fancy, has sent me some podcasts and shows via Dropbox, and I've got them, Vince. I just haven't got them loaded yet and put in because I'm, a little slow that way. But we have got them. Cigar Talk is going to be making an appearance here on the Walrus Radio Network. Cigar Talk is a very cool show where these guys just get together and talk about cigars or just have conversations over cigars, and usually some scotch or an adult beverage of their choice. Great bunch of guys, and they were very good to me at Nothing Fancy. Kept a cigar in my hand, actually even sent me home with one, and looking forward to having their show as a part of the Walrus Radio Network. Cigar Talk. Look for it coming soon, and enjoy the entertainment. It is the best damn entertainment on the planet. From Benzotti Live with all the heavy metal and hard rock you can stand, to yours truly each and every morning with a smile on your face and a positive attitude. And now Cigar Talk making its way back. You never know, we may have to revitalize the old Love 'em or Leave 'em show. I know Maurice is driving me crazy. I don't know how Marilyn's doing, but Maurice is driving me nuts. I may have to let him out for a little while, turn him loose, because if I don't, something's going to go sideways quick. I know it. He's that kind of guy. If he doesn't get any attention, he'll do something to get attention, and I'm afraid of what his goofy ass will do. So we may have to give him some opportunities here on this show, or see if we can't convince old Marilyn to come out of retirement and jump back on the airways every once in a while. It may not have to be every week, but surely we can do it every now and again, right? I think we can pull it off. Walrus Nation, don't forget the Thunder Walrus Show. The Walrus Wonders question of the day is up. Go by and post up your answer to the Walrus Wonders question of the day. We'll share those with you here in a little while. At what point in our lives are we programmed to care what other people think? That's the Walrus Wonders question of the day. At what point in our lives are we programmed to need approval from others, is actually how it is worded. At what point are we programmed? I don't know, but I'd like to find out, and then I want to know how to teach people how to uncare. For those people that are collectors, people like to buy investment properties, here's one that may sound good up front, but after a little investigation, you'll find out if it's in such poor shape, who would want it at any price. But the iconic 22-story and 56,000 square meter office block, short walk from both the House of Parliament and Buckingham Palace at Victoria, and it has been home to the Metropolitan Police since 1967. Yes, I'm talking about Scotland Yard. They put their building up for sale. The revolving sign outside is instantly recognizable as the backdrop to countless televised police appeals. But the triangular 1960s building is costly to run and badly designed for modern working practices. This is a hugely expensive building to run and operate, said Craig Mackey, Deputy Commissioner of the Force. If we were to stay in this premises, we would have to spend about £50 million on it. Instead, the Force is moving to a more modern building nearby, selling off the site and using the money and savings from reduced running costs to invest in frontline policing. This includes body-worn cameras and secure tablets and smartphones that allow officers on the beat to file their police reports without returning to the office. So they're looking to make an investment, but they're trying to unload what they are already openly admitting is a huge cost to operate, and to upgrade it is going to be an even larger investment, £50 million. And who would want it? It's up for sale for $455 million, I believe, is what they're asking for it. And I'm assuming that is pounds, seeing how it's a British story. But even at that, my goodness, that's a lot of money to invest, and that's a huge price tag on that building for something that's in poor shape. There is already significant international and British interest in the site, according to Simon Hodson of Jones Lang LaSalle, the firm which is handling the sale. The yard, named after one of its earliest homes in the street named Great Scotland Yard, is one of the most famous forces in the world, and featured in detective stories about fictional heroes Sherlock Holmes and Hercule Poirot. But Mr. Hodson said the new owners are likely less interested in the historic building as the site, a piece of prime real estate in a recently redeveloped part of London. It would be demolished almost certainly, he said. The building is currently named New Scotland Yard, but the name will go with the Force to its new home in the Curtis Green building on Victoria Embankment. So the building really carries no value. The property itself is in a prime location. They would just demolish the building that is in such ill repair. But I'm quite flabbergasted to hear that there's that much interest in it, and something that's so costly. But now it makes sense. It's all about the money, and if it's a prime piece of real estate in a recently refurbished and revamped area, somebody's looking for an opportunity to jump on the coattails of that, and it looks like it turned out to be a fairly lucrative venture for Scotland Yard. I've never really paid any attention. I mean, is that like their FBI or something? I don't know what it is, but I've heard of Scotland Yard, and I know that they're the big investigative service in England. That's why I don't go to England. They got guys like Sherlock Holmes and all that crap. I don't need to get caught. You're listening to the Thunder Walrus Show and watching the live video stream from Medieval Custom Cycle Studios in Street, Maryland. I hope you're having a great Wednesday. If not, get your wiggle on. The wiggle is your tool to shake the negativity out of your life and help you get a good, clear, positive view of all of the things that help fill your happy cup each and every day. Do something to put a smile on your face. Do something to help you fall in love with yourself. and then do a little bit to try to love others. It's all about your attitude. It's the only thing you've got control over. Have a good attitude, have a positive attitude, and stay focused on the positive things in your life. You'll be amazed at what the change takes place. It's a simple mentality, a simple little theory. It's worth the try. It don't cost you nothing. Get your wiggle on, Walrus Nation. I've got some iconics with ritual coming up for you. You're listening to the Thunder Walrus Show. Good morning. Thanks to all those watching the YouTube video. Be sure you share it with your friends. Tell them to come check out the live video stream from Medieval Custom Cycle Studios in Street, Maryland. Just checking to see if my insane buddy, Mr. John Smith, had put up another comment or question. The question and answer window is open on the video stream. If you want to ask a question, please feel free to. Good morning, Walrus Nation. You're listening to the Thunder Walrus Show. This is the Get Yourself Over the Hump Wednesday edition. We're trying to do it by putting a smile on your face and helping you get a good, firm grip on a positive attitude. Help yourself get through the day. You'll be coasting into another weekend before you know it. Friday's ugly little sister will be here tomorrow, and the weekend's right around the corner. And if you're in a position, in a relationship where you think it's time to pull a Hail Mary pass and plan one of those make it or break it kind of weekend getaways, you might want to turn your radio up and listen to this, or your computer up, whatever it is you're listening to us on, whether it's your iPhone, Android device, or your computer. Remember, we've got apps to take us on the go. Whether you have iPhone or Android, go to your app store and look for Spreaker, Spreaker. Spreaker app, download it, and then search the Walrus Radio Network. You can take us on the go wherever you go. And if that vacation you're going on is a make it or break it one, planning to hopefully pull your relationship from the fiery demise of breakup or divorce, you might want to rethink it. Come up with a plan B, because a new survey from the United Kingdom, a UK family law firm called Slater and Gordon, has found that couples who embark on a make it or break it vacation say the trip did more harm than good. 40% of the 2,128 married and divorced British couples surveyed said they had booked a trip specifically to salvage their relationship. However, only 36% said it helped. The rest felt it made things worse. In fact, 40% said the vacation added more tension. 27% said they decided to split within 2 weeks of returning from the trip. 15% said the vacation made them realize they were no longer in love, and 8% said they even ended the vacation early. Many couples experiencing trouble in their relationship will hope that the time away from the stresses and strains of everyday life will solve their issues, according to Amanda McAllister, head of family law at Slater and Gordon. However, there's a flaw in that logic, McAllister said. One of the fundamental issues that a holiday environment is essentially an artificial one, and the problems that couples have will still be there when they return home. Yeah, that's obvious and, goes without saying. But sometimes people just need to reconnect. Sometimes the ability to just get your focus back. That's what the wiggle is. The wiggle is like a little personal vacation, man, just away from stress. Just wiggle it out of your life. The best part about it is the wiggle works for couples too. If you all are in a negative mindset about each other, stop that. Get on a train of positivity. Get your focus back on the positive things in your life. And if your life together isn't positive and you can't find the positive in it anymore, then maybe it's time to end it. And I hate to be the one to say that, but sometimes we need to take a big dose of reality. And sometimes you got to take a double dose before you get a real good, clear view and grip of what's going on. And sometimes you just got to cut your losses and go on. It's about positive energy and a happy place in your own mind. True happiness comes from within. And if your relationship is splashing more out of your happy cup than it is splashing into your happy cup, I don't hate to say it. I hate to be the one to break the news to you, but some people need to get a grip in life. Say your life would have been much happier if y'all would have got away from each other a long time ago. But people feel that commitment. Well, what are you committed to? Being miserable? Because that's what you've done. By staying there, you're committed to being miserable because you're not happy. That, to me, that's not commitment. That's self-torture, and that's not necessary. All you're doing is making two people miserable because the other person probably is as miserable as you are, and neither one of you have the cojones to say it. If that's the case, step up and say, hey, this is not in any way positive for me. How about you? Well, no, be honest. Are you getting more pleasure out of this relationship than you are a headache? Because if you are, tell me where you're getting it so we can get on the same page, because I'm not necessarily. Honesty isn't always the best policy because sometimes it hurts, but when you're honest, happiness follows because you don't have to live in misery. I can tell you, look, I hate to hurt your feelings, but this sucks. I got to go. The food's terrible. I appreciate inviting us over. We'll take a doggy bag for the doggies, and they probably won't eat it, but we'll take it in. No, you don't have to see, that's being mean. There you've drifted off into something different. But when you can be sincere and honest without being hurtful and mean, I think it goes a long way to your eternal, not like for eternity, but your ongoing and chronic happiness. That's what I want to start, is chronic happiness, not acute happiness. Acute, anything acute in medical terms is something that comes on spur of the moment. Bam. Chronic, it lasts forever. I want to start an epidemic of chronic happiness with the Wiggle Rebellion. Use it when you can, use it when you need to, use it when you have to get the negativity out of your life and get a good, clear focus on all the positive. Walrus Nation, we're going to call it a day. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. I'll be back here again tomorrow at 10 a.m. on the Spreaker server. Go to thunderwalrus.com to listen live via the internet, or check out your Spreaker app on your phone to take me with you. Or you can check out YouTube and catch the live video stream thanks to Google Hangouts. Check out the live video stream, watch us live, listen to us live. Just be part of the show. We appreciate all your interaction. We appreciate everybody that took the time to participate today, even my crazy little friend John Smith for his whacked out little questions. At least we know the question and answer link is working. Until tomorrow, my friends, those of you watching on video, those of you listening on the internet, have a great Wednesday. Get your wiggle on when you need to. Find a way to love yourself. Try to share a little love with someone else and splash a little happiness into your happy cup today. Peace, Walrus Nation. Take care, y'all. Peace.